feel too sorry for you. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Being forced to marry gay people in your for-profit wedding chapel, the Hitchin Post. We'll watch this one and see where it goes. Like I said, can open, worms everywhere. So, dozens of expelled Nazis have been paid millions in Social Security benefits. When you think of the pinnacle of Nazi awfulness, what do you think of? If you're like a lot of people that have had dalliances with getting into the history of the Second World War, you would be remiss if, when it came to war atrocities, the Auschwitz concentration camp wasn't in your personal top 5 of, oh yeah, that was something else in a world of just absolute subhuman evil. Yet somehow, a former Auschwitz guard, a guy called Jacob Denzinger, lived the American dream. He had a plastics company in the Rust Belt town of Akron, Ohio. Thrived. And by the late 80s, he had all the trappings of big success. Cadillac DeVille, Lincoln Town Car, lakefront home, investments in real estate, investments in oil. It was all going so well until Nazi hunters showed up, because in 1989, as the U.S. government prepared to strip him of his citizenship, he packed a pair of suitcases, he fled to Germany. He later settled in a pleasant town on the Drava River, where he lives comfortably today. Courtesy of U.S. taxpayers. Yeah, true story. He collects a Social Security payment of about $1,500 every month, which is, just so we're clear, nearly twice the take-home pay of an average Croatian worker. American tax dollars, keeping him in a rather luxurious manner, given where he's living. I know $1,500 doesn't sound like a lot to you and me, but you get to a pleasant town on the Drava River, you can live rather comfortably, like I said, on $1,500 a month. He's 90 at this stage in the game. This former Auschwitz guard who gamed the system had a company that he was allowed to build and thrive with in the US of A. He's 90 now, this guy, Denzinger, and he is among dozens of suspected Nazi war criminals and SS guards and the worst offenders in the Second World War who collected millions and millions of dollars in Social Security payments after being forced out of the United States. We're finding this stuff out now. Not because, the government is like, hey, hold on a second, we appear to be giving lots of American taxpayer dollars to Nazi war criminals. No. This is something we're finding out because of an investigation done by the Associated Press. Yep. The power of the pen. People that buy ink by the barrel. Doing the job that the government should. Anyways, these payments, how is this possible? How can they run from the Nazi hunters and escape and then continue to get paid? There's a legal loophole. These payments are flowing through a legal loophole that's given the U.S. Justice Department leverage to persuade Nazi suspects to leave. If they agreed to go, or if they simply fled before deportation, and they're allowed to keep their Social Security. Yeah. Like Denzinger, many lied about their Nazi pasts to get into the U.S. following World War II. If the jig is up, World War II is over, and you're coming to America, you don't say, oh, yeah, I was an SS guard. I worked at Auschwitz. Yep. Let me tell you something. You hear that thing about the lampshade made of human skin? That was my work. That was me. It's on my resume. Can I come in? No. You're not forthcoming with that particular piece of information. You lie about who the hell you are. You lie about what you did to get into the U.S. You lie, you become an American citizen, you thrive in this system. But these are the people who benefited armed SS troops who guarded the Nazi network of camps where millions of Jews met their end. An SS guard who took part in the brutal liquidation of the Warsaw Ghetto in Nazi-occupied Poland that killed as many as 13,000 Jews. Living off of Social Security. Doing just great. A Nazi collaborator who engineered the arrest and execution of thousands of Jews in Poland. A German rocket scientist accused of using slave labor to build the V-2 rocket that pummeled London. Oh, by the way, this is the same guy who later won NASA's highest honor for helping to put a man on the moon. This is like tip of the iceberg stuff, and the Associated Press's findings are the result of more than 2 years of interviews and research and analysis of records obtained through the Freedom of Information Act and a whole bunch of other sources. So, where does the Justice Department stand on this? The Justice Department has denied using Social Security payments as a tool for removing Nazi suspects. Well, that would obviously be morally reprehensible. But there's records. It's just like when you open your mouth and don't tell the truth. You got to realize that there's some documentation of the things that we're talking about that are going to bite you in the ass. And in this case, it's true. There's records that show the U.S. State Department and the Social Security Administration voiced concerns over the methods used by the Justice Department's Nazi hunting unit, the Office of Special Investigations. So they're like, yeah, no, we didn't use Social Security payments as a tool for removing Nazi suspects. This piece of paper here says that people were concerned about what you were doing at the time, about exactly this. If that's not how you're going about things, what is this documentation that says people are just like, we don't agree with this? Oh, God. It's interesting. A lot of folks accuse people of racism every time they talk about government handout fraud. And in this case, if you're being racist with regard to government handout fraud, who are you being racist against? The Nazis? Fickle finger of fate. That's a strange turn of the screw, for sure. Thank you so much for hanging. We'll be back tomorrow and do it all over again. Have yourself an awesome one.